Hello and welcome to Hexagonal Healing. I'm so glad you've joined me today for this special episode focused on gentle healing techniques for joint pain and mobility. If you're watching this video, chances are you or someone you care about is dealing with the challenges of joint pain. That discomfort in your knees when climbing stairs, the stiffness in your fingers when trying to open a jar, or that nagging ache in your shoulders when reaching for something on a high shelf. These are all too common experiences that can significantly impact our quality of life. Joint pain affects millions of people worldwide, with as many as 1 in 4 adults experiencing some form of arthritis, which is a leading cause of joint discomfort. But joint pain isn't limited to arthritis alone. It can stem from injuries, accidents, overuse of certain joints, autoimmune conditions, or simply the natural aging process. Whatever the cause, the impact is real and often challenging to navigate in our daily lives. I understand how frustrating and limiting joint pain can be. Simple tasks that most people take for granted can become difficult hurdles. Activities you once enjoyed might now seem out of reach. Perhaps you found yourself modifying your lifestyle, giving up hobbies, or even struggling with basic self-care due to pain and reduced mobility. If this resonates with you, I want you to know that you're not alone, and more importantly, there is hope. Today, I'm excited to share with you a collection of gentle, accessible techniques that can help ease your joint pain and improve your mobility. These are approaches I've researched extensively and have seen make meaningful differences in people's lives. The beauty of these techniques is that they're gentle enough for most people to try at home, regardless of age or fitness level. We'll focus on movements and methods that nurture your joints rather than stress them further. Throughout this video, we'll explore several key areas. We'll start by understanding how joints work and why they can become painful. Then we'll move into practical techniques, including gentle stretching exercises for different parts of your body, low-impact movement therapies that can be adapted to your comfort level, effective applications of heat and cold therapy, and simple self-massage techniques to relieve tension and pain. My goal today isn't to promise miracle cures or quick fixes. Joint health is a journey, and what works best often varies from person to person. Instead, I hope to provide you with a toolkit of options, gentle, effective approaches that you can incorporate into your daily routine to gradually improve your comfort and mobility. Remember, even small improvements in joint function can lead to significant enhancements in your quality of life. Before we begin, I want to emphasize that while these techniques are generally safe for most people, it's always important to listen to your body and work within your comfort zone. If you have a specific medical condition or are recovering from an injury, please consult with your healthcare provider before trying new exercises or therapies. What we're aiming for is gentle progress, not pushing through pain. So, let's take this journey together toward better joint health and improved mobility. I invite you to get comfortable, perhaps have some water nearby, and join me as we explore these gentle healing techniques for joint pain. Let's begin by understanding what's happening in our joints when we experience pain and why movement, when done correctly, can be one of our greatest allies in healing. Now that we understand the basics of joint pain, let's explore how our joints actually work and why they can become painful. Our joints are remarkable structures where 2 or more bones meet, allowing for movement and providing mechanical support for our bodies. Each joint is cushioned by cartilage and lubricated by synovial fluid, which together ensure our movements are smooth and pain-free. Think of cartilage as the shock absorber and synovial fluid as the oil that keeps everything moving smoothly. When we experience joint pain, it's often because something has disrupted this delicate balance. In osteoarthritis, which is the most common form of arthritis, the protective cartilage gradually wears down over time, leading to bone rubbing against bone. Rheumatoid arthritis, on the other hand, is an autoimmune condition where the body's immune system mistakenly attacks the joints, causing inflammation and damage. Other common causes include tendinitis, where the tendons connecting muscle to bone become inflamed, and injuries or overuse that strain the joint structures. What many people don't realize is that movement is actually essential for joint health. When we move our joints, we stimulate the production of synovial fluid, which nourishes the cartilage and helps flush out inflammatory compounds. Regular gentle movement also strengthens the muscles surrounding our joints, providing better support and stability. This is why the old saying, use it or lose it, is particularly relevant when it comes to joint mobility. The connection between joint health and overall well-being cannot be overstated. When our joints hurt, we tend to move less, which can lead to muscle weakness, further stiffness, and even mood changes like depression or anxiety. It becomes a cycle that's difficult to break. But the good news is that gentle, appropriate movement can help interrupt this cycle, gradually improving both joint function and quality of life. Let's transition now to some practical stretching techniques that can help improve joint mobility. Before we begin any stretching, it's crucial to warm up the body slightly. A warm-up increases blood flow to your muscles and joints, making them more pliable and less prone to injury. A simple warm-up might involve marching in place gently for a minute or two, or moving your arms in gentle circles. Nothing strenuous, just enough to get the blood flowing. Let's start with some gentle shoulder stretches. The shoulders are complex joints with a wide range of motion, making them particularly vulnerable to stiffness and pain. One effective stretch is called the wall climb. Stand facing a wall at arm's length. Extend your right arm with your elbow slightly bent and place your hand on the wall at shoulder height. Slowly walk your fingers upward, stepping in toward the wall as your hand climbs higher. Stop when you feel mild tension in your shoulder. Never push to the point of pain. Hold for about 10 to 30 seconds, then slowly walk your fingers back down and return to the starting position. Repeat with your left arm. This gentle movement helps maintain and improve the range of motion in your shoulder joint. Another beneficial shoulder exercise is gentle rotation. Stand or sit with good posture, arms relaxed at your sides. Slowly roll both shoulders forward in a circular motion 5 times, then reverse and roll them backward 5 times. These circular movements help lubricate the shoulder joints and can relieve tension that builds up from daily activities like working at a computer or carrying bags. Now let's move to the hips and knees, which bear much of our body weight and are common sites of joint pain. For the hips, a seated rotation can be very effective. Sit tall in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor. Place your hands on your thighs. Keeping your lower body still, gently rotate your upper body to the right, using your hands on your thighs for support. Hold for 10 to 15 seconds, feeling the stretch in your hip and lower back. Return to center, then rotate to the left. This movement helps maintain mobility in the hip joints while being gentle on the knees. For knee mobility, try a seated knee extension. Sit in a chair with good posture. Straighten your right leg in front of you, tightening the muscle on top of your thigh, your quadriceps, and holding for 5 seconds. Slowly lower your leg back down. Repeat 10 times, then switch to your left leg. This exercise strengthens the muscles that support your knee joint without putting excessive pressure on it. Let's not forget about our wrists and hands, which contain many small joints that can be affected by conditions like arthritis. A simple but effective exercise is the wrist flex and extend. Hold your right arm out in front of you with your palm facing down. Use your left hand to gently press the right hand down, stretching the top of the wrist. Hold for 10 seconds, then turn your right palm up and use your left hand to gently press down, stretching the underside of the wrist. Repeat with the other hand. This helps maintain flexibility in the wrist joints. For finger mobility, try a gentle fist stretch. Start with your hands open, fingers extended. Slowly close your fingers into a loose fist, then open them again, spreading your fingers wide. Repeat 10 times. This simple movement helps keep the many small joints in your fingers flexible and can be especially helpful for those with arthritis in the hands. Finally, let's address the ankles and feet, which support our entire body weight and contain numerous joints. Ankle circles are a gentle way to maintain mobility. Sit in a chair and lift your right foot off the floor. Slowly rotate your foot in a circle, moving only at the ankle. Do 5 circles in one direction, then 5 in the opposite direction. Repeat with your left foot. This helps lubricate the ankle joint and can improve stability when walking. Throughout all these stretches, proper breathing is essential. Try to breathe deeply and rhythmically, exhaling during the stretch. Never hold your breath, as this can create tension in the body. And remember, these stretches should feel gentle. You should feel a mild tension, but never pain. If you do experience pain, ease off the stretch immediately. It's also important to note that these exercises can be modified based on your mobility level. If standing is difficult, many can be performed seated. If reaching the floor is challenging, use a towel or strap to extend your reach. The goal is to work within your current abilities while gently encouraging greater mobility over time. Now let's explore some low-impact movement therapies that can complement these stretching exercises. Walking is perhaps the most accessible form of exercise and can be tremendously beneficial for joint health. When we walk, we stimulate circulation throughout the body, bringing nutrients to our joints and carrying away waste products. The key is to walk with proper form to minimize stress on the joints. Keep your head up, shoulders relaxed, and take comfortable strides. Quality supportive footwear is essential, especially if you have knee, hip, or foot pain. Start with short distances on level ground and gradually increase as your comfort allows. Gentle yoga is another excellent option for improving joint mobility. Yoga combines stretching, strengthening, and balance work, all of which contribute to better joint function. Poses like mountain pose, which involves standing tall with good alignment, help improve posture and reduce stress on the spine. Cat-cow, a gentle flowing movement between arching and rounding the back while on hands and knees, helps maintain spinal mobility. Child's pose provides a gentle stretch for the hips, thighs, and ankles. The beauty of yoga is that it can be modified for any fitness or mobility level. Props like blocks, straps, and chairs can make poses accessible to everyone. Tai Chi, often described as meditation in motion, offers particular benefits for joint health. This ancient Chinese practice involves slow, flowing movements combined with deep breathing. The continuous, gentle nature of Tai Chi makes it ideal for people with joint pain. The weight-shifting movements improve balance and leg strength, while the arm movements enhance upper body mobility. Studies have shown that regular Tai Chi practice can reduce pain and stiffness in people with arthritis while improving their overall quality of life. For those who have access to a pool, aquatic exercises can be incredibly beneficial. The buoyancy of water supports your body weight, reducing stress on weight-bearing joints like the hips, knees, and ankles. At the same time, water provides natural resistance that helps strengthen muscles. Simple movements like walking in waist-deep water, doing gentle leg lifts, or moving your arms in circles can improve joint mobility without pain. The warmth of the water, in heated pools, can also help relax tight muscles and increase blood flow to stiff joints. If mobility is significantly limited, chair-based exercises offer a safe and effective alternative. Seated marching, where you lift your knees alternately while sitting, helps maintain hip and knee mobility. Seated side bends, where you reach one arm over your head and lean gently to the opposite side, can improve spinal flexibility. Even simple ankle rotations and wrist circles done while seated can help maintain joint function. With all these movement therapies, consistency is key. It's better to do gentle movements for short periods regularly than to push yourself through an intense session once in a while. Start with just 5 to 10 minutes daily and gradually build up as your comfort and endurance improve. Remember that progress may be slow, but even small improvements in joint mobility can significantly impact your quality of life. I want to take a moment to thank you for staying with me through the first part of our journey together. If you're finding these gentle healing techniques helpful, I'd be so grateful if you'd consider subscribing to the Hexagonal Healing channel. We're working toward reaching our 50 subscriber milestone, and your support would mean the world to us. Every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we release new videos just like this one, focused on natural, accessible healing techniques that you can incorporate into your daily life. Whether you're dealing with joint pain, stress, sleep issues, or other health challenges, our goal is to provide you with practical, gentle approaches that honor your body's wisdom and support your healing journey. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments section below. Which of these techniques resonates with you the most? Have you tried any of them before? Or perhaps you have questions about adapting certain movements to your specific needs. Your feedback not only helps me create better content, but also builds our community of healing. Speaking of community, I'd love to hear your suggestions for future video topics. What health challenges are you facing that you'd like support with? What healing techniques are you curious about? Your input directly shapes the content we create, so please don't hesitate to share your thoughts. Now, let's continue our exploration of gentle healing techniques for joint pain and mobility. In the next sections, we'll dive into heat and cold therapy applications and gentle self-massage techniques that can further support your joint health journey. Now let's explore how heat and cold therapy can be powerful allies in managing joint pain. These simple but effective approaches have been used for centuries to provide relief, and the best part is that they can be easily implemented at home with minimal equipment. Heat therapy works by increasing blood flow to the affected area, which helps relax tight muscles around the joint and can reduce stiffness. It's particularly effective for chronic, ongoing joint pain or stiffness, especially before engaging in gentle exercise. When you apply heat to a painful joint, the warmth penetrates the tissues, bringing more oxygen and nutrients to the area while helping to flush away pain-causing chemicals. There are several ways to apply heat therapy at home. A warm shower or bath is perhaps the simplest method, allowing the warm water to envelop painful joints for 15 to 20 minutes. For more targeted relief, you can use a heating pad, a hot water bottle wrapped in a thin towel, or a microwavable heat pack. If you don't have these items, you can make a simple heat pack by filling a clean sock with uncooked rice, tying it closed, and heating it in the microwave for about 1 minute. When applying heat, always place a thin barrier like a towel between the heat source and your skin to prevent burns. The temperature should be warm, not hot, comfortable enough that you could tolerate it for 15 to 20 minutes. This is typically the recommended duration for heat therapy, though you can repeat the application several times throughout the day if needed. Cold therapy, on the other hand, works by reducing blood flow to the area, which helps decrease inflammation, swelling, and pain. It's most effective for acute pain, such as a flare-up of arthritis or after overexertion of a joint. The cold constricts blood vessels and numbs nerve endings, providing a natural analgesic effect. To apply cold therapy, you can use an ice pack, a bag of frozen vegetables, peas work particularly well as they conform to the joint, or a cold compress. As with heat therapy, always wrap the cold source in a thin towel to protect your skin from direct contact with ice, which can cause tissue damage. Apply the cold pack for 10 to 15 minutes at a time, allowing your skin to return to normal temperature for at least an hour before reapplying. So how do you know whether to use heat or cold? As a general rule, heat is better for chronic, persistent pain and stiffness, particularly in the morning or before activity. Cold is more effective for acute pain, inflammation, or swelling, such as after exercise or during a flare-up. Many people find that alternating between heat and cold provides the most relief. You might start with heat to loosen up a stiff joint before gentle exercise, then apply cold afterward if there's any increased pain or swelling. It's important to note that there are some situations where heat or cold therapy should be avoided. Heat should not be used on joints that are already hot, red, or inflamed, as it can worsen inflammation. It should also be avoided on areas with poor sensation or circulation. Cold therapy should be used cautiously by people with poor circulation or sensitivity to cold, and should never be applied directly to the skin or for longer than recommended, as this can cause tissue damage. Now, let's transition to gentle self-massage techniques that can complement the therapies we've discussed so far. Self-massage can help relieve tension in the muscles surrounding painful joints, improve circulation, and provide natural pain relief by stimulating the production of endorphins, your body's natural painkillers. The basic principle of joint massage is to use gentle pressure and circular movements around the joint rather than directly on it, especially during periods of inflammation. For example, if your knee is painful, you would massage the muscles of the thigh and calf which support the knee joint rather than the knee itself. Let's start with hand techniques for self-massage. Your fingers and thumbs are powerful tools for releasing tension. For larger areas like the thigh muscles that support the knee, use your palm to make broad circular motions, gradually increasing pressure as comfortable. For smaller areas like the forearm muscles that affect wrist pain, use your thumb to make small circular movements, working your way up and down the muscle. Simple tools can enhance your self-massage. A tennis ball is excellent for reaching areas that are difficult to access with your hands. For example, to release tension in the muscles around your hip joint, place a tennis ball between your hip and a wall and gently roll it around, applying comfortable pressure. For foot pain, roll a tennis ball or frozen water bottle under your foot while seated. Foam rollers are another useful tool, particularly for larger muscle groups. To release tension in the hamstrings, sit on the floor with the foam roller under your thighs. Supporting some of your weight with your hands behind you, gently roll back and forth, pausing on any tender spots until you feel the tension release. Pressure point techniques can also provide relief from joint pain. These involve applying gentle, sustained pressure to specific points on the body. For hand and wrist pain, try pressing the webbing between your thumb and index finger on the opposite hand for 30 seconds, then release. For headaches related to neck tension, apply gentle pressure to the base of your skull where your neck muscles attach. Combining massage with heat therapy can enhance the benefits of both. Try applying a warm towel or heating pad to the area for 5 to 10 minutes before massage to relax the muscles and increase blood flow. This makes the tissues more pliable and receptive to the massage techniques. As with all the techniques we've discussed today, listen to your body during self-massage. The pressure should be firm enough to feel therapeutic but never painful. Start with light pressure and gradually increase as tolerated. If you experience increased pain during or after massage, reduce the pressure next time or consult with a healthcare provider. These self-massage techniques can be particularly beneficial before bed to help relieve pain that might otherwise interfere with sleep. Better sleep, in turn, can help reduce pain sensitivity the next day, creating a positive cycle of improved comfort and function. As we come to the end of our time together today, I want to thank you for joining me on this exploration of gentle healing techniques for joint pain and mobility. We've covered a lot of ground, from understanding the mechanics of joint pain to practical stretching exercises, low-impact movement therapies, heat and cold applications, and self-massage techniques. My hope is that you've found at least a few approaches that resonate with you and that you can begin incorporating into your daily routine. Remember that healing is rarely a linear journey. There may be days when your joints feel better and days when they're more challenging. The key is consistency and patience. Even small movements done regularly can yield significant improvements over time. Start with just 1 or 2 techniques that feel most accessible to you and gradually add more as your comfort and confidence grow. It's also important to acknowledge that what works best can vary greatly from person to person. Your joint pain may respond differently to these techniques than someone else's. That's why I've provided a variety of approaches so you can experiment and discover what brings you the most relief. Listen to your body's wisdom. It will tell you what it needs if you pay attention. I want to emphasize that while these gentle techniques can be tremendously helpful for managing joint pain and improving mobility, they're meant to complement, not replace, professional medical care. If you're experiencing severe or persistent joint pain, please consult with a healthcare provider. They can help rule out serious conditions and may recommend additional treatments that work synergistically with the approaches we've discussed today. Before we part ways, I'd like to invite you to become a more permanent part of our hexagonal healing community. We're currently working toward reaching our milestone of 50 subscribers, and your support would mean so much to us. By subscribing, you'll not only help us reach this goal, but also ensure you never miss our weekly videos. That's right. Every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we release new content focused on natural, accessible healing techniques for various health challenges. Next week, we might explore techniques for better sleep, stress reduction, or perhaps another aspect of physical well-being. The healing journey has many facets, and we're committed to exploring them together. Speaking of future videos, I'd love to hear from you. What topics would you like us to cover? Are there specific health challenges you're facing that you'd like support with? Perhaps you're curious about certain healing modalities or techniques. Your suggestions directly shape our content, so please share them in the comments below. This channel exists to serve you and our growing community of people committed to gentle, natural approaches to health and well-being. If you found value in today's video, please also consider giving it a thumbs up and sharing it with friends or family members who might benefit from these techniques. Your engagement helps our content reach more people who could use these gentle healing approaches. Thank you again for spending this time with me today. Remember that your healing journey matters, and every small step you take toward better joint health is significant. Be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and know that you're not alone on this path. I look forward to connecting with you again next Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for another exploration of natural healing techniques. Until then, may your joints feel a little more comfortable, your movements a little more fluid, and your spirit a little more hopeful. Take care.